I don't want you to die.
Nothing's gonna happen to me.
This is a juvenile facility. That means you are not in charge of the zoo. We are.
Do your time clean and you walk. Any trouble? And you could grow old in here, Jack.
You know, you're betting on who's gonna kill who.
Hey guys, I'm Kevin.
I'm Jake.
And this is Movie Matters. Welcome to August. Pretty crazy, it's already August. We are doing the movie Bad Boys, and no, it's not the Martin
Not
Lawrence,
the one you think it is.
Will Smith movie from the 90s. It is the 1983 Sean Penn movie. It's my first time seeing it. Jake, it's your first time, right?
Yep.
Another Illinois movie. We've been doing
Yeah.
some Chicago movies lately. What'd you think of it?
I thought it was pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good.
Yeah, I would agree. When I was watching the majority of it, I was like, this movie's not that great. And then the ending, I was like, holy shit, this ending is awesome.
Yeah,
And
there's
it made up
there's
for it.
pockets of like really good like stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of it's just a little like I don't know, slow or like maybe it's just drags a little bit, I think,
Yeah.
in some parts. But yeah, the end makes up for it for sure. And there's a couple other like really nice like moments. It's like it kind of helps keep you engaged, Yeah, I think this is, I don't know where you would cut from this movie, but I feel like it could be condensed slightly and help the pacing just a tad.
Shave off like 10, 15, 20 minutes max, maybe. Yeah. I mean, this movie has a very it's very realistic, and that's kind of the point of the movie. It's supposed to be the horrors of juvie and juvenile violence and crime, and I don't really care for Sean Penn's character, Mick, in this movie. He's like, there's nothing to relate to for me. So, I don't know. He just wasn't super compelling, being just a piece of shit most of the movie. It was hard to connect to him. And I feel like that's where the pacing kind of struggled a little bit for me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got that documentary vibe to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of that was intentional to like make him like pretty shitty up front, and then by the end you're like kind of like rooting for him,
Yeah.
Which I think is cool, and like he does have a really good character arc.
Yeah, definitely.
And like I think if he was just kind of like a wrong place, wrong time, kind of thing, I don't think that arc would be as impactful.
Agreed.
Or even possible. So, yeah, I think it served a purpose, but I do agree that like for the first third of the movie, you're kind of like uninvested in everyone. So it's it's kind of like I don't really care much, about what's going on. Like there's just like a little bit of something missing up front, I think, to get you really like invested.
Agreed.
But I think the second and third parts of the movie, I think, draw you in more.
I agree. I mean, this movie has a pretty large cult following, apparently, especially when it was shown on cable a lot and right before the peak of video rentals. And when it came out for like VHS to rent, it gained even more attention. It didn't do super well at the box office. It's one of Sean Penn's earlier roles. I think it's like his second top billing role. So like him finally kind of starting to get popular. My problem, I like Sean Penn. luckily in this movie it didn't bother me, but like, have you ever seen the movie I Am Sam?
Yeah. That's a lot of the Tropic Thunder commentary on I Am Sam was going through my head for a lot of the movie.
So, for those who have never seen I Am Sam, he plays a mentally challenged guy. And every time after I've seen that movie and I've watched Sean Penn, I can't get, like, I still think he's mentally challenged in a lot of his roles. Like, he just has that same kind of voice and character almost. But luckily in this movie, he's not that way.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just was interesting. It just, that I Am Sam kind of ruined Sean Penn for me.
Yeah.
Even though that's a
fair.
great movie, and his acting in it is fantastic. But like watching the movie Milk after I Am Sam, and him like every time he screams, I'm like, yo, you gotta stop, dude. You gotta stop this.
Came up short.
Yeah. So, we won't quote Tropic Thunder yet. Yeah, but kudos to Penn because he always goes all out and he's always balls to the wall. And he seems like a fucking real intense dude in real life. Like, I've watched interviews with him. He looks like, one, he doesn't take care of himself, it looks like.
Yeah.
Two, he's just like, he just is, he's a great actor. For this, he wanted to have he had perfect teeth. He wanted to have them filed down and capped with ugly tops and have maybe a few cracked ones. But his mom, who was a dentist's daughter, intervened, ruling that it would ruin perfectly good teeth. Like, you don't have to go that far. So, like, even at a young age, this dude was all in. Like, he even wanted to be called Mick O'Brien on set. Like, didn't want to be called Sean Penn. Like, he was all into it. Like, I guess you could consider that method acting. Mm-hmm. He also to prepare for the role, he let his hair grow out. He actually got tattooed on his arm. He dressed in street gang clothing. He and the director, Rick Rosenthal, went out riding with the Chicago Police, their gang squad unit. And on the second night, Penn was actually mistaken for a real criminal and was assaulted by one of the officers, which is, again, I mean, that shows the level of, detail he's gone through, and he's playing the part. And I think his acting is good in this. I think he's really subtle in this, though. He's not over the top.
Yeah. I think that helps sell it.
Yeah.
It's like he's kind of like the scene with his sentencing with the judge. He says that like he exhibits like sociopathic behavior, and like he kind of, I think, nails that. Like, I think not much really affects him, and like we see that throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't really exude much emotion at all. Until he gets the call from his girlfriend, but through most and the very end. But most of the time he's just kind of like stone faced. Because he's seen a lot of shit.
And you can tell. I mean, he's got a pretty rough home life. His mom is in the bathtub with some random fucking dude. In the beginning, and they're giggling and stuff and having a good time in that bathtub while he's just like, fuck my life. Pretty brutal. And then you've got Asai Morales, who plays Paco in this. He's really good in this. He's good in a lot of things he does. I mean, most recently he's the villain in the last two Mission Impossible movies. He's great in this, and like they get this huge suitcase full of drugs, which there's a fuck ton of drugs in there.
Yeah.
And Sean Penn and his buddy Carl, who's played by Alan Ruck, who is Cameron from Ferris Bueller, who's very short-lived in this movie, literally. They go and intercept this drug deal, and Carl basically saves Sean Penn's life. Carl saves Mick's life in this, and then gets wasted.
Yeah, absolutely wrecked.
Which is crazy. It's actually a pretty interesting scene. Now, It was a little confusing. Was it just like random people, or was that the people that were doing the drug deal with Paco?
Those are the guys who are supposed to meet with Paco.
Okay. It didn't seem super clear to me.
Yeah, like it's... Yeah, so it's interesting because Sean Penn, or Mick and Carl, are basically trying to do the same thing that this gang is trying to do to Paco, is like catch them before the deal and like steal the shit and, you know, bounce. And like that's, you know, like kind of causes the whole problem. You know?
Yeah. That whole scene's crazy.
Yeah.
And then you get Sean Penn driving like a crazy person to get out of there and hitting everything possible. And then he runs over Paco's brother, which is random, but also like that scene's kind of brutal.
Yeah.
Like,
and that whole shootout is pretty bloody.
Yeah.
And like pretty explicit in terms of the violence. And then I mean, we don't actually see his brother clearly get hit. It's like heavily implied, but you see his body like laying on the ground after
you see his body
crashes.
get like hit. You see it get hit. I thought.
Oh, did we? Oh, maybe we
Yeah.
do.
Like you see it get like run over. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I mean
It's fucked up.
Yeah, I mean one of the things I will commend the movie on is it doesn't really pull punches on the use of violence, and actually makes it meaningful and impactful.
Yeah.
Which is a change of pace from the action movies we just watched.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, there's even a guy that like once Paco's brothers run over, there's like a guy that runs up and like checks his body, and it's like a rag doll, and I was like, oh fuck, like it's pretty crazy. But yeah, the violence is very bloody in this. It's almost like it's almost gratuitous. It's almost like too much, but not like
toes
where
the line a little. Yeah.
And what I mean by that is like, for example, when Mick is in prison and he beats the shit out of the guys with the cans in the pillowcase, they like get super bloody and like all bruised and stuff. And then and I'm jumping ahead, but like when JC gets like raped and beat up, her face is fucked up.
Yeah.
Like it's brutal. I don't like it. Is that realistic? Is that not? I don't know. But like, it's almost, that's what I'd say is gratuitous about it, where it's like they really show the damage on people's faces and like scars.
Yeah.
But that's probably intentional, and it's, you know, these wounds are from these crimes, and you'll never forget them, and they're scars for life, you know.
Yeah. I think that a lot like one of the central themes of the movie are the lasting impacts of people's decisions, whether good or bad.
Yeah.
And like that's a good way to visually communicate that, you know.
Yeah, great point.
And not only the characters' decisions, but other characters' decisions that impact them, you know.
And inflict that,
the imposition of someone else's choices on you.
Yeah. No, great point. We've got the character Ramon Herrera, played by Reno Santoni, who we know as Poppy from Seinfeld, and also from he's Gonzalez from Cobra.
Yes.
So that was a cool 80s cameo that we like.
Yeah, and so, you know, like the Sean Penn thing, like I see him and I'm just like, oh, it's Poppy. But like,
who doesn't wash his hands?
Convinced me in this movie, like, that he's not Poppy.
Yeah, that's great.
Like,
yeah, his acting was really good in this.
That left my mind pretty quickly, you know, when his character is introduced, which is what I want in a performance, you know, especially if I know the actor from something that's completely different than what they're in currently. So
yeah, that's funny. Yeah, what's cool is they used real life reformatory supervisors and about 30 real life reformatory inmates that are featured in the film as actors, extras, and background artists, which is pretty cool. It's very documentary style, very down to earth. I think Rick Rosenthal does a very good job directing. He's done a couple other movies. He did Halloween 2, the sequel to Halloween. And I haven't really looked at his other bits of filmography, but he's done a bunch of TV episodes of stuff, Smallville, stuff like that. So,
yeah, there's not a whole lot of like flashy camera work in this. I think documentary style is a pretty good way to describe it. It's all pretty like eye level, or like, you know, chest level shots, and like, you know, there's not a whole lot of like stylized kind of framing, or you know, like low shots or high shots, or anything like that.
It's not too fancy. It's not trying to be very auteur. It's just trying to tell its point, very documentary like. And what's cool is, so that the Reform School, which is so interesting that they call it a school and not like a prison. The Reform School is actually a set built in the Naval Armory in Chicago. The cost for the set was $500,000. They built that set,
Jeez,
which is sick, and it looks so good. It looks like an actual practical place.
Yeah,
pretty interesting. And what's cool is, so when the first scene where Sean Penn walks into the reformatory school, he basically told people, he's like, he encouraged people to spit on him, throw things at him, talk shit to him, and he encouraged it. He's like, I don't care, just do it. And on the other hand, Asai Morales, when he came in there, he's like, hey, just make sure you like brush your teeth and use mouthwash before you spit on me. But I feel like you could tell, like, Asai Morales in real life is probably a very, like, he's very well manicured. He's probably a very clean, specific OCD type person. I feel like you could just tell from him. You've also got Clancy Brown, who plays Viking in this. Clancy Brown's awesome. He plays he's been in a ton of stuff. Like, he's famous from Shawshank. He's one of the guards in Shawshank. I think he does a voice in SpongeBob too.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who he is.
Is he Krusty Krab? He is Mr. Krabs.
He might be, yeah.
He is Mr. Krabs. Yeah, he's Mr. Krabs. That's awesome. He's great. I've always liked him. He's in like some Star Wars stuff. He's in a handful of like classic stuff. I've always liked his acting. He's always a pretty well-known guy. You can tell by his face and his voice. He's just like one of those guys who are like, hey, I know that guy.
Yeah.
You know, that like the B or C list actor that you're just like, you've seen him in everything, but you can't name his name.
Yeah.
That's kind of him. But he's great in this. This is his feature film debut, along with our boy Cameron from Ferris Bueller, Alan Ruck. That's their feature film debut, which is pretty cool. I do like it's cool when Sean Penn beats the shit out of them, him and Tweenie, Viking and Tweenie, and he becomes the barn boss, quote unquote. And so it's like, it's interesting to see how he's like taken that level of responsibility, if you will, and like that power, where he's like, it was 60-40 before. It's going to be the same, but it's 60-40.
Yeah.
I like that scene. That scene was cool.
It's interesting, and like speaks a lot about his character, that he's like not even, he doesn't necessarily accept that like responsibility or power. It's kind of just thrust, upon him, and like the first thing he does is abuse it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It just shows how kind of corrupted he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like his roommate Horowitz. I like him a lot. I think he's funny in this.
I think one of the highlights of the movie is his character. Agreed.
When they escape jail together and they're running, and then he gets caught in the barbed wire and then gets the shit kicked out of him by one of the like warden guys, which is pretty funny. What's cool is, so when they are escaping, Sean Penn actually broke his ankle while running through the woods during filming, and production had to be shut down for 8 weeks. Yeah. Wild. But Horowitz gets even with everyone who has hurt him or humiliated him. That's kind of a theme that runs through the movie. He firebombed, like how he got in there. He firebombed the alley where he was beaten up because he was like trying to like flirt with these girls and, offended their boyfriends. And he caused Wagner to get his finger in a mousetrap after Wagner beat him up, where he's like searching their room behind the furnace. And then he gets even with Viking twice. First, when Viking insulted Horowitz, and Horowitz dumped a tray of food on him. And then the second is when he wires a bomb in his boombox, which is funny because I was thinking he was doing that. He was wiring up like an explosive device. And then he fixes the radio. I was like, oh, he's just doing a radio. And then it does explode on Viking's face. Yeah. Which is crazy.
That makes me think of the
Longest Yard.
Adam Sandler Longest Yard.
Yeah.
Is the original Longest Yard in maybe the 70s?
70s. Burt Reynolds.
With Burt Reynolds.
I've never seen the original.
I haven't either. But I know that the radio kills his buddy in the original Longest Yard.
Yeah.
And they purposefully didn't do that in the Adam Sandler one. Instead,
I thought he does get killed.
Light bulb blows up.
Oh.
Because he turns the radio on and nothing happens. Then he hits the light and the light blows up. And like that, the radio scene in Bad Boys, I felt was like kind of similar, where like it really started giving me a little bit of like anxiety because like that it's gonna blow.
Yeah.
That scene in particular, I think was probably my favorite in the whole movie.
Oh wow.
It's just like so well done.
It is. It's a very well done movie.
Yeah, it's set up so well with him like building it and like trying to get it, to work right. They show that he's got like a watch in there, so there's some kind of like timing mechanism. So then it's like once he hits play, it's like, oh, how long does he have? And then you get the fizzle, and you see Horowitz go like, fuck. And then it blows up, and like you're not expecting it. And then he kind of gets like this smirk and like walks back into his room. Like it's really, really well done, and it's a really long take.
It is,
and like it really builds the anticipation well.
Yeah, it's a well done movie. I like the ending again. That's the best scene for me. That made the movie. I was watching it, I was like, this movie's like a 3, and then I think I still kept it at like a 3 out of 5. But like I was just like, this movie's just okay, and I was thinking, I'm like, is this going to be another shitty movie to our list that we've just been going on a tear of? And then the ending, I was just like, holy shit, that was sick. Like that was awesome. Not just the fight. The fight at the end is just so brutal and intense, and apparently they all did their own stunts. So that's them fighting like for real. Obviously, there's no stunt doubles in those shots. I mean, it's all close up and everything, and it's so intense. And like them fighting for the knife and trying to get it, and then it's just I was like on the edge of my seat, like holy shit, this is so good and so gripping and so well done. And then he's that's the kill prison, and he's got all these people around him, which is so compelling and such a great just like stage for drama. And then he goes to stab him, and I'm like, he didn't stab him.
Yeah.
And then it moves away, and it's on the mat, and he drags him over to the warden guys and the supervisors, and then he goes back to his cell, which is crazy. It's like is that him saying he's reformed now? Is that his reformation?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the implication is that he's grown, as a person, and he's done with his, life of delinquency and
yeah. Because I mean, they do a really good job of setting up that tension of like, obviously Paco rapes his girlfriend, Mick's girlfriend, JC, and then he comes and goes to the same juvenile prison or reformation school as Mick, and it's that tension of them always trying to fight each other or kill each other, and that building tension really obviously climaxes at the end, and it's such a great way. And I do like how they do that. And again, this is talking about this happens a lot. I like talking about it makes me appreciate the movie more.
Yeah. Well, I think the reason that works so well is because they give Mick such a strong internal conflict.
Yeah.
He's obviously incredibly pissed at Paco for what he did, but he also doesn't want to get stuck in this place for any longer than he has to be, because he wants to get out and see his girlfriend. So like it's such a good like internal dilemma of like, do I get my vengeance, or do I just try and get through, keep my head down and get out and go do what I really want to do, which is see my girlfriend again.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. There's Sean Penn had said, and this is like, I wanted to read this quote because this is really good. Sean Penn once said about this film around the time of its release, "This movie is a lot about drive, about frustrated drive, and we all experience that. The kids in this movie feel they have very few choices, and they're unaware of those additional options they may have. I read the script and felt it was real. I went out in the areas of Chicago where we were going to shoot, and there was stuff right out of our script and even rougher. In a funny way, I think people who see this movie will be relieved to see that the rest of the world isn't like that. I want to see more films about the way the world really is. With those so-called escapist or pure entertainment movies, you come out and the world seems dull to you and you want to go back inside to that world you just watched. But I think reality should be more fun than fantasy. I think the real world's the most exciting of all, and that whatever is wrong with it can be fixed. I'm an opportunist." Great quote. And again, with him being young and saying all that, fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like these kids only see the one way, and that's through crime. And I think these characters really embody that, especially Horowitz, who, when he only knows how to solve his problems with violence and getting even with people. And I think that really shines through when he's in the like main dean's office, the main head honcho, and he's like, they're like, he's going to put him in solitary confinement. He's like, fuck that. And he goes like ape shit and takes his golf clubs and like doesn't want to be, doesn't want to go to solitary confinement. I think that really embodies what Sean Penn is saying.
Yeah, and like he's particularly interesting because he's almost the most like sociopathic out of anybody in there. Because there's like one almost throwaway line when he's telling Mick about like why he's in there, and he like torched the bowling alley, and he says like, yeah, I went in and tried to torch those 3 guys, but it ended up being the wrong 3 guys.
Yeah.
And he's like totally unfazed. He's
yeah,
just
no
like,
remorse.
like, yeah, it's like,
pretty fucked up.
Absolutely no care,
Yeah, no remorse whatsoever.
Where like everybody else seems to be at least a little like, like they recognize that they, don't want to be there, and like they made some kind of error to get there, where Horowitz is a little like comfortable in there, you know?
Yeah, it seems like he's at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting how these movies portray prison, and I'm sure it's really like that. But like all these movies portray prison like you've got all these criminals that have committed all these crimes, yet they're in prison committing more crimes and like crazy stuff, and it's all happening right within the guard, like under the guard's eyes. It's like like guards aren't that stupid, but they're also like some of the guards. I'm not going to insinuate things, but some are involved in some of these things, and it's just very interesting that the prison system is just basically more crime.
Well, it is another great moment is they establish all of that with just one like cut when he's going over the list, the points list, and 400 points is smoking, and Sean Penn looks and everyone's smoking, and he just cuts back to him like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it's just interesting because
it's like, oh, okay, so like that doesn't actually.
Yeah, how do you enforce rules?
Exactly.
Right. How do you enforce rules with a whole bunch of criminals that are fucking big and scary?
Yeah.
But let alone this is juveniles, like kids we're talking about, which is even crazier. So just very interesting points this movie brings up. Yeah, I'm definitely glad we watched it. Would you watch it again?
Yeah, I might.
Yeah, I might too. That's a hard might.
Yeah.
It's like 30-70. Like, I'd watch it again 30%. 70, I wouldn't.
I think it's got enough, like, thematic content that it's worth another watch.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, in a while,
Yeah. It's not something you watch every fucking year.
Yeah.
Then so we're in August now, which is crazy. We've got some good movies coming up this month. We've got Streets of Fire, which I've never seen. I don't think you've seen it either, Jake.
Nope.
Yep, Walter Hill, so hopefully that's good. Walter Hill's really good. I've always liked him. So hopefully that's good. We've got The Untouchables, which Jake may or may not be here for that. Again, he's having a baby. And then we've got Videodrome, a Cronenberg movie. So our friend Daniel, who you've seen on the channel before, might be filling in. And so I'll be posting the list on Instagram. So if you guys check that out and you want to watch the movies beforehand, that's the best way to do it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode and the last few, even though the movies were kind of shitty. This movie was good.
Yeah. We saved the streak here.
Yeah, it was going like this, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, okay, the movie's good. So
yeah, the rest of this month should be better.
Yeah, definitely,
or as good.
Yeah. So, which I've seen Untouchables out of the list of movies.
Have too, yeah.
So, and we know Untouchables is good.
It's been probably 10 years though since I watched it.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm excited for that one. So,
Well, I grew up watching the AMC like cable TV version, and maybe saw the real like DVD version like once all the way through.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and I'll probably watch it regardless of whether or not I can record. But
good. Yeah, I bought it in 4K, so I'm excited. I haven't watched it in 4K yet, but I'm excited to give that a whirl. So. Yeah, hopefully you guys are excited to watch these movies as much as we are, and we'll catch you next week with Streets of Fire.
Yep, see you.